Welcome back to another market review, and today we're reviewing Japanese yen dollar for yesterday's price action, which was Monday, September 2nd, and it was Labor Day in the States. So, obviously everyone trading with caution. Ideally, you want to skip that day. I personally skipped it. My model was there, but unfortunately the time ranges weren't there. The trade actually happened outside of my session hours. Unfortunately, it didn't happen within it, but it's fine. It's as expected since it is Labor Day. I understand, markets are just beginning to open up because we had the whole, I think it was like at 1 o'clock, and then we opened back up. But jumping right into this, on the yen dollar, here we're on the daily chart. The only daily level I had in particular to this night session here from that 8:30 to 9:30 session was the consequent encroachment of this wick. If you guys also see, we also have a couple order blocks in here as well. And this is an order block here as well too, because these two down close candles were engulfed by these two up close candles. And if you draw that out, you see price tapped into a daily bullish order block. So you combine this with the daily order block here and these order blocks here, you have a really good scenario for a possible buying framework going into the day. And then jumping right into that 1 hour chart, on this day in particular, because remember we're talking about this trading session right down here, the first thing was I noticed is, we were really below midnight open. If I note down the midnight open for that particular trading session, which is right over here, you can see that price is in a really deep discount from where we were during the trading session. We're talking about at almost a percentage point below that midnight open, meaning price is in a really deep discount. By utilizing both that midnight opening price and also the 8 p.m. opening price, you get a really good gauge as to whether you're really in a good deep discount or a premium, because that gives you in particular for the trading session, and then one is for the day as well. So again, we were below both the 8 p.m. open and that midnight open. Now, this was a potential draw for me, as it was pretty obvious. Retail is seeing this as resistance in price. They're trying to sell all through here. What does that mean? They're going to have their buy stops above all these highs. They're going to have their buy stops even above here. They tried to sell here and they took them right there. And something else I also had was this 1 hour order block, because what do we have here? We have this one down close candle engulfed by these two up close candles. If you draw a rectangle out, as we can see, consequent encroachment stays respected during the session, which was absolutely perfect. And we also see price take liquidity in the form of a manipulation leg, as we take sell stops below this low before going higher. So giving us extra confirmation as to whether our narrative is in play here. Jumping down to the 15-minute, the only level, or the level I had again, was that manipulation leg that I talked about earlier. That was really it. And as you can see, there's that 8 p.m. opening price. See how we're really deep into a discount within that time window that we like. And we really see prices really strong here. We also have, as we can see, a breaker, because you have low, high, lower low, higher high. You take the last up close candle and you draw that out. You see price respect that. Not only that, we see it respected within a fair value gap. In addition, we had a low resistance liquidity run in all this, because there's not really much obstacles for price to pass through. We had this initial one. That's why we saw a little bit of stumbling in here. But that's fine. It clearly did that breaker there, which is totally fine. And then after that, we ended up taking these clean highs, and then finally that final 12 a.m. opening price target. And then jumping down to the 1 minute to see what I was looking at in detail if I really were trading this day. Like I said before, I like seeing my model was here. We had that obvious draw that price is going to draw to. This was my target for the day, as I don't want to hold anything after 10 o'clock. And we're taking liquidity against the direction we like, because just like the ICT power of 3, remember, you accumulate, manipulate. If you're buying, you're going to want to accumulate, manipulate, and by taking sell stops in the opposite, remember, because it's sell stops because you want to be a buyer. So you're going to take sell stops, and then we're going to distribute in the opposite direction, which is what we got here. So price accumulates, manipulates, and then distributes higher. So that's that beautiful power of 3 right there, as you can see. And we have a low resistance liquidity run in all this, as the only real high we had was right here in all this price action, leading to some speed. So technically it did happen, but it happened just a couple minutes outside of it. And again, I have to follow my rules. If it's outside of it, I can't take it, or even before it. But again, it is Labor Day. It's understandable that we're going to see some wonky price action in terms of time and price, because of it being a holiday in the States. But again, what do we have here? price displaces, violating bearish PD arrays. We have this bullish breaker here, low, high, lower low, higher high. You draw that out, and that's your bullish breaker right there. Price trades up again. This is an order block. These down close candles were engulfed all by these up close candles. There's your order block right there, and we continue to trade higher. We have a volume imbalance right here. Look at price respect that right at the consequent encroachment of it, and we also left some breakaway gaps in here. We have that one, this one, and then we have this major one, until price finally reaches that final terminus that we had right here, right actually within the macro. As we can see, it even reached it just a little bit, but we've ended up going even higher right to 10 o'clock. And then once 10 o'clock hit, price then started to really consolidate. Of course, you know, you could hold this and keep riding it all the way back up to that 12 a.m. opening price, as this is a really deep discount in relation to the overall day. So it was a really, really deep discount. But all in all, you know, price was, you know, it wasn't too clean, but again, it's understandable due to it being the Labor Day. We're just opening back up the markets from being, you know, closed for, you know, for about 3 days, because you have Saturday, Sunday, and then you have Monday as well, even though you had the early close. But again, this was JPY for that specific session, and I hope you guys found this video insightful. Please be sure to comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.